Well, I sat down to do the final check-in for tonight. And Pumpkin is basically climbed in my lap. So this is fun. This is post eating a donut. And you can see it's starting to come off just a little bit right here. It is only about 11:17, so it's been almost 2 hours, and it was fine up until then, but then I ate a donut. So I'm gonna have to touch up a little bit, but not terrible. Okay, this is the final check-in so that I can like do my wear test / review of the Jordana Cosmetics matte lipstick, the Wet n Wild foundation, and the Wet n Wild powder that says it's a bronzer but isn't. I did my makeup at about 9:30 at work this morning, and it is now 8:45 at night. And I literally, see, 8:45 at night. I literally just walked in my door, like put my girls out, threw on this sweatshirt, and sat down to do this. I got a couple of check-ins in today, but not as many as I wanted to because work was crazy and it was a really long day. So this is almost 12 hours of wear. So I feel like I got a pretty good like idea of how things wore and what's going on. And I'll go over kind of what's on my face, what I put on my face today too a little bit, but I'm gonna try and keep this short. First of all, the big thing I want to go over is the Jordana lip stuff that I talked about yesterday. It's good, I like it, especially for the price. It is not perfect. This is what it looks like right now. I have reapplied multiple times, and towards the end of the night, like, it's comfortable for a while, but it is drying. After a while, like, my lips just started to feel really dry and gritty, and I ended up, if you eat, it comes off, period, no matter what you eat. I did one check-in where I ate the donut, and you could kind of see where it came off. We got in the van between offices, and because we travel for work, and I ate some, like, little Ritz bits, like with the cheese, the sandwiches with the cheese in the middle. I ate a bag of those, and it was, like, basically gone. So at that point, like, I just put some lip gloss on top of it, and this is what it's been since then. So it does, like, stain your lips. You do have some color left even when it, like, wears away, if you eat something. So it's like that. Like, I just threw on some lip gloss that evened out the color a little bit, and I went with it. But I did have to reapply it several times before that. Anytime I ate anything. If drinking was fine, like I was drinking water all day and that didn't take it off, but if I ate anything, depending on what I ate, depending on how much it came off. And like I said, it's comfortable for the majority of the time, but it does like get to be drying, you know, after you've reapplied it a few times. But I do really like the color. I like the pigment. For the most part, it's good. And like I said, like as long as you're not eating anything, it does stay on. So if you're doing like an event or anything like that, like I would trust, you know, for the most part, you're going to be set and not have to like be reapplying a bunch. It's just when you eat that it really comes off, that I noticed today. Of course, I was a fat kid and I ate a lot. So, but for the price, like it definitely is worth it. The foundation from Wet n Wild, the Wet n Wild Photofocus, I really, really like. It went on super easy. I didn't have any problem blending it or anything like that. I did notice it kind of, with the two applications, it kind of sets down really fast, so I wouldn't like put it all over your face and then try to blend. Definitely do it in sections, like do this section, blend that out. Put it on a section, blend that out. I really like the way it looks on my face. I think you can kind of see, like, it is not completely still there, but I still have some coverage. Like, it is not completely gone. And this is 12 hours of wear. I did notice about one or two, which I think it's worn off enough now you can't tell as much. You can tell a little bit. It did settle into my smile lines, and I noticed that about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. that I could, like, my smile lines were kind of exaggerated. But I didn't feel like it did that in my forehead or anything. It was just my smile lines. It didn't gather here under my nose. It just gathered in my smile lines, which is not terrible, especially for the price of this foundation. So I really, really like this. This is definitely worth the money. And has a pretty good wear time. I mean, at 1 or 2, like, I noticed the smile line thing, but I didn't notice any coverage loss at all. Coverage loss at all. And then the powder, I definitely think if you get this light shade and you are pale, this works as an overall face powder. I liked the way it set it down. I didn't feel like my makeup looked cakey. It was easy to apply. It's the right shade for me. This is awesome too, especially for how cheap it was, or is like even normal priced. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that. And then just kind of what's on my face, chat about that a little bit. The blush that I wore today, I got this there we go. I got this Real Her blush kit in a boxy charm. I don't think it was last month, I think it was month before last. I do love the colors in this. I don't care if it has sparkles. I know some people were complaining because both of these shades have a lot of sparkle in them. I don't feel like it goes on the face very sparkly though. And I put this middle one, Limitless, on today. The only thing that I don't like about it is I don't feel like I get a lot of like wear time with these blushes. I mean, you can still kind of see where it looks like I have blush on, but I feel like that's more where like I'm losing coverage, and that's my natural redness. I do feel like these wear kind of faster than I would like, but I do really like the colors and they apply pretty easily, so I use them. So there's that. And then on my eyes, we'll do this one. I am wearing the Mary Luminizer highlighter. I just do when I'm at work, like I can't carry a bunch of brushes and stuff, and so this is a little sample size that I got, I'm pretty sure an Ipsy, of the Mary Luminizer from the Balm, and I just like stick my finger in it, rub it on the high points, and go. And I like it. It's really pretty. It's easy to do that with, and gives just like a little bit of subtle something for when I'm at work and don't really need like a bang highlighter, but want something. On my eyes is this Smashbox. This is out of a bigger palette, but this is a sample size that I got in I think either Ipsy or Sephora. It may have been Birchbox. One of those three sent me this. I love these colors. I just take this brush from Real Techniques that I got in a travel like eye set from TJ Maxx. I like this brush. I love this brush. It's really fluffy. It's the perfect size to get in my crease. I take this in the darker color, go crease and outer edge, blend that out a little, and then I use my finger to apply the lighter pink color just in here. Done. Easy for work. And these stay, I mean, this is 12 hours of wear. I've not reapplied these. So these stay on like a dream. Like I'm an eye rubber, and these don't come off. And they don't really crease a lot. I've noticed creasing a little bit a couple of times, but for the most part, these do not crease terribly. They are the bomb. Love this. When I run out of this, when I hit pan on this, I will probably cry. And it's this perfect, like this isn't the normal size of the palette. This is just the perfect little size to carry with me. And then my eyebrows is this Lord & Berry eyebrow pencil that I got in one of the boxes. It is in the shade, I don't even know, Brunette 1706. It's okay. It's not my favorite brow product of all, but it's a tiny little pencil. It goes on really smooth and creamy and easy, so it doesn't take a lot of time. So this is perfect for me to travel with. And that's, I mean, it stays on all day. My brows still have pigment to them, so when I don't wear brow products, they don't. And then I've been using the sample size of the Tarte Lifted like sweat-proof mascara. It's a brown color, which is not my favorite, but for every day at work, it works fine. It gives me a little pigment. It dries down really fast, so it's easy at work just to be like, done. I don't have to worry about like getting it all over my face. I never almost get it all over my face. Like it dries down like a dream. It stays on. I don't have to worry about reapplication or anything like that, so I really like this for work. That's about all I use it for though. yeah, and that's pretty much what's on my face. I did use my brush again because I love it. And then, oh, and I always set it with the e.l.f. setting spray. I love this. If I think about it and I get really like weird feeling in the middle of the day, I will reapply this. But I really like this. I feel like it works. I feel like it helps. And it definitely is like refreshing if I use it in the middle of the day. Definitely on the 2 Wet n Wild products. And I like the Jordana, but it's not a perfect as far as like long lasting lip. If you eat something, it's gonna come off and you're gonna have to reapply. So there's that. I will talk to you guys later.